Hello, everybody. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models. With this wonderful, overcast, partly blue skies, getting warm out here in Ohio land, and such a nice day. Took a day off. Okay, to be a change of venue here, guys. I'm getting kind of buried on these airplanes for a while. I've got the Helldiver coming over here. I should have that thing. It's done. I just got to get some pictures on it. And I've been working on my SS Melody, my tramp steamer, my Danes Marines. Thank you, Mr. Ron Dean, for this wonderful kit that you made. I'm really enjoying it very much. It's the first kit that I bought off you, dear sir, and I shall return to buy more kits off you. I'm waiting for him to bring that St. Olaf to the hospital ship back. That's be a treat. I've been feeling quite vigorously lately. My health's starting to come back real good, and my brother's feeling really well. All the prayers from everybody all over the world, from myself, God has answered. He gave my brother his cancer went back into remission again. So that may last for a long time. I hope so. And I'm feeling fine. I went to the VA, and a little heads up here before we get till we get to the topic of the video. I got to get it out of my chest. You know how old Frankie is. I went to the VA yesterday. They wanted to follow up, check my blood pressure. They looked perfect. And I asked, you, do you have any effects after that? And it says, well, it's the only effect I got left is in my left foot. And he says it feels. It's the best way to describe it. It feels like it's asleep all the time, and it feels heavy when I pick it up, like a duffel bag full of jelly. And they say what happened was when I had that blood pressure, my blood pressure went sky high. It went to the venous, the vascular part of my left leg, went all the way down to kind of stretch out those capillaries, also the veins and stuff. And they gave me some medication for that it's something that'll keep it'll bring it back to normal. I don't know how they say it in medical terms. Anyway, it's getting better. I mean, I could walk good. Just that's the only sensation I got. I feel like I'm really heavy on my feet. That's because of the high blood pressure I had. So they checked my blood pressure. It was about 125, 130 over some other number, but it was normal. And so far I'm on blood pressure pills now. That's about it. I'm on this only. And they gave me you know also gave me some more pills for vascular for my leg. I got that yesterday. Other than that, I'm in good shape. For a 78-year-old man, I'm not doing too bad, am I? Well, people, all those guys down at the VA down there, they envious of me. And says, man, you're ancient, you're getting old, and you're more healthier than all these people going because people don't care about themselves. They don't want to take care of themselves. They don't take care of themselves. That's what happens. That's why they got doctors. Me, I abused myself by taking my blood pressure pills, and I paid penalty for it. I'll never do this again. Therefore, I take a medication and build a lot of models, and I'm a happy man. Okay, that's out of the side. Let's get to business. Change of venue. I like to work on my ships because I can spend more time working on a ship than an airplane because airplanes require a lot of drying time. And I don't like to jump around sub-assemblies a lot and everything. And I've been doing that lately, making a lot of sub-assemblies. There's no foot race building these things. You got to take your time. Okay, the topic of the video. I got this about it was the mail call video that I posted. It must have been about 2 or 3 months ago. This is a 1/350 scale Merrit I Love kit of the great HMS Arc Royal. This is a beautiful kit, a wonderful kit. Lindsay Models inspired me in buying this and building this. I saw his. I said, man, is that the Arc Royal he's building? And I said, sure enough, it is. And I could not find that kit nowhere. because it wasn't a trumpeter kit. I assumed at the time I had his video on his trumpeter, but as I reviewed earlier videos of the inbox view of the kit, I found it was the Merrit kit, the I love you kit. Okay, I've been working on this thing for about 3 days now. Right now, while the hull was drying, I was working on these side sponsons that goes inside the hull. The consumer of your where all your lifeboats are at, and you got PE going across there. You've got railings. That's got to be all installed before you glue it to the hull. Over here, same thing there too. So I can make those up. I went out and did some research on this thing. I figured this thing was a real dark extra sea gray color, but they weren't. The Royal Navy in 1939, their colors were like a light ocean gray color. So I got the old Humboldt around the Humboldt right here. This is light ocean gray. This is a perfect match for earlier Royal Navy paint schedule. And I'll bring up the model. I got the hull because it has. And you got these little support. You got these support structures that fit inside. Anybody's got this model, you'll find it's very enjoyable to build. There's not that many parts in there in this kit, opposed to the Exodus class carriers by Trumpeter. And it's a good sized kit, it's big, and the hull comes in halves, two halves. So before you glue the halves together, always on one, doesn't matter what side of the hull you glue it on there, put these structures in there first. They act like locating pins, and they'll snap in there. Make sure it's good and tight. I had a little fella right there. I got the seam out of there. It was perfect. What I did, I paint the whole hull black, all Negroes color. It's all black. And guys are going like this. Why'd you paint the black for? I thought it was gray. It looks like a black aircraft carrier. This is the base color. I've already got the boot top painted already. Here comes the magic. Go down to the hobby shop. Best yet, go down to O'Reilly's. They got different sizes of this pinstripe tape. This makes good boot topping. It's optional. If you want to get real lazy and get it done fast, lickety split, you can paint this thing black, but scuff it up first. Scuff it up with wet, dry sandpaper. Dry. Just rough. Lay out your pinstripe tape. Take it outside, take an aerosol can and paint it black. Let it dry. When it's dry, it's already painted already. Then you just go ahead and add tape across there. That's a cheap way of doing it, guys. The fast way of doing it. But the modeling way, the best way to do it is take this tape. The hull's already painted black, remember? All black. Take your tape, and that's your waterline. Put that pinstripe tape on there. Once it's on there, then you go ahead and spray black. Spray your red oxide. It don't matter where it goes. Make sure you tape up here first, because you need this black up here. Let me tell you about this black business. When I did that was all black, I put that pinstripe tape on there. Then I masked all the way to the pinstripe tape, which your boot. This is your boot topping. You're killing two stones with one. You're killing two birds with one stone. You already got your boot topping done, and also got your waterline done. You don't want to mess up down here after you painted this. So what you do, you make sure before you add your red oxide, take mask tape and mask over the boot topping so none of this gets painted. Then take an aerosol can or an airbrush, airbrush the bottom of your hull, let it dry till it's aroma free. Remove the masking tape off here. Then you got to remask it down here underneath here. Then you go ahead and paint your gray. Now, the answer to the question with black, everybody knows black is a good base color. Only works only on an airbrush only. Aerosol cans and paintbrushes don't work. But you can get a good airbrush effect with a paintbrush by dry brushing. That takes a long time. So what you do is, after it's all masked down here with masking tape, you take your light ocean gray color, you lay down you lay down vertical vertical stripes that look like a zebra all the way down your hull to the full color of the paint. Then you come back in, you feather it in with paint, you can control your grays. It'll give you the weather look. I learned that from my dad. But the United States modelers back in those days in the U.S. always built clean, too clean. Brian King is a professional United Englishman model builder from the UK, and I read a book about him. It's called Profile of a Modeler. This guy's a very skilled modeler. He says American model builders are very good, but they got one fatal flaw. The flaw is they build too clean. He's right. So you got to add a little weathering to a ship. That gives it the class. Because you go up to a real ship and look at them, rust does not stop. It just keeps it going, keeps it going, keeps it going. And I don't know how these things were too rusty because the HMS Arc Royal came out back around 1937, so she's only about 2 years old. And the Royal Navy always kept their ships spit and polish like we did. When war comes, you can't do that. Well, then you do. You maintain the painting above deck. Underwaters on the side of the hull has to be done while you're in port. You can't do it underway. When you're at sea in battle, ain't no such thing as side cleaners. It's called man your guns and your battle stations. The Ark Royal is a very beautiful ship. The HMS Ark Royal has inspired the United States Navy into building modern day aircraft carriers. At the time this ship was being launched, we've had premature aircraft carriers that were converted from merchantman hulls. Our first merchantman hull was converted to the USS Langley. She was the first aircraft carrier the United States Navy had. That was back in the 1920s. And everybody knows that the USS Langley used to be a coal carrier, a coal collier. And she had all these king posts coming up. And they can actually, underway at sea, they come in and they come in port, they go up alongside of a ship and unload all the coal to the next ship over there. That's why they call them coal colliers. But the Navy says, well, we can take something like that and put a flight deck on it, and we can test our earlier aviation pilots like that and something else. That was good. That was how it was. See, those things are retrofit. What I'm trying to say is most carriers at that time were retrofitted into merchant hulls, for merchant hulls. Um, and the second modern day carrier almost came out modern. It wasn't quite modern; it was retrofitted, but it did resemble a modern day carrier. That, of course, that was our earlier examples of the USS Saratoga, the USS Lexington. They were battle cruisers. They got caught up in the Washington Treaty Program. So much tonnage here, so much tonnage there. How many battleships you guys got over there? Oh, we got about 60 of them. 60 of them. That's way too many. You don't need no more. You had enough. How many battleships you got? Well, we got about 10. Yeah, you can do a little better. How about you? How many battleships you guys got? Well, we got about a dozen of them. Well, you two can do a little better. How much has America got? We got a bunch of them. We don't need no more of those. So at the time, the Saratoga and Lexington keel hulls were laid down, and they said they can no longer use those type of ships anymore because the Washington Treaty Program. So what the hell are we going to do with these 800 something foot hulls? He says, easy. Here's the blueprints. Aircraft carriers. Well, need aircraft carriers bad. Naval aviation is really getting popular. We need something to land these airplanes and train these pilots. Well, that's a good idea. So they did. That's exactly what they've done. They converted those two battle cruisers into aircraft carriers. Now, at that time, they're doing all that jazz. The Royal Navy had a better idea. They said, piss on making these doggone retrofit carriers. Let's build one from keel up, and that was the Ark Royal. She was a very beautiful ship. She is a beautiful ship. I mean, she's a beautiful lady. If I was in the Royal Navy, I'd be very proud that I served on this thing. Even a Yank like I am, it's a beautiful ship, and I wish I was on it at the time. I'd be a runaway Yank. I'd be aboard an English man of war, aboard a carrier. I have fun aboard this thing. And I take it serious. I learned the English way. The Royal Navy always ruled the waves. They still do. Uh, she was the first modern aircraft carrier. We started. That's how the Lexington aircraft carriers came into view, and also the Yorktown class. They all came in because of this here. It's just like the HMS Dreadnought. The HMS Dreadnought was the world's first modern day dreadnought battleship. It led squat to all kinds of battleships and that type of design. Well, the design that we had came from the Ark Royal. Ark Royal was sunk very tragically in the Mediterranean Sea, right off of Gibraltar out there. I think she went down about 3,500 feet of water, 3,500 feet of water. And there's a video of it with Mr. Sir John Moffat, who flew swordfish torpedo bombers off this ship here. And a lot of historians and even himself proclaimed that he was responsible for damaging the steering system on the Bismarck when he dropped that fish over the side. He told the most beautiful story in the world about that swordfish during the attack. He says it was so astonishing is that we're flying very, very low in the water. We had all these different colored traces coming at us. And it looked like they come right at you and then missing you. They're just going right over you. And he was getting very nervous and very concerned. When are we going to drop this fish? We're getting too close here. He kept on looking back at his torpedo. I said, where the hell did he go? And the guy was hanging over the side. He was hanging down. He was hanging like this. Only thing you can see is his bum. That's it. He goes, what the hell's he doing? And then it dawned on him. He said, okay, let it go. He let the fish go. And it dawned on him. He said, hey, because that torpedo he's looking for is a trough in that wave. As soon as when that trough was there, he could drop that fish into the trough. It'll go straight ahead. In other words, if you hit top of a wave, it's like any torpedo. You take the navigation purposes off it, and it'll go anywhere. So it was a lucky hit. And that's a little history about that. But this is a nice kit. I'm going to be going ahead and do some painting on this tonight. I'm going to start going ahead and airbrush the hull. When I get done, I'll use the other camera over here. I'll go ahead and post some pictures on here. Because you don't get no good pictures on this webcam here on this computer. It's just fuzzy. It's not high definition, crystal clear, but it's better than some of the earlier webcam cameras they had. Now, so far, not very many parts to this kit. I worked 3 days on this thing, so I got 2 hull halves done, in the structures, screws, rudder, and all painted within 3 days. I have a couple hours. I'll be painting on this hull tonight. And so, like I say, guys, another good thing too, which I love about this kit. I wish Trumpeter would do this. Are you listening, Trumpeter? A one-piece flight deck, fellas. A one-piece flight deck. It's right up there. Beautiful. It's right up there. It can be painted a little dark gray with some good wash on it to represent oil stains and skid marks from undercarriages. And of course, like a worn deck carrier. This is a wonderful idea. I wish Trump would do this. The flight decks and this gas carriers are superb, but god darn, in 3 pieces like that, that's nice. Or you see a seam and another seam. That's just one complete flight deck. Okay, guys, this is a nice kit. A novice, a first timer should have no problem building this kit. I haven't got too far into it other than it is assembled now before your eyes. It's uh, it's a very wonderful kit. It's a very detailed model when it's done. So take your time on it. I'll let this thing drive a couple good days too. So this thing is pretty well dry. I can handle it. I can't even smell the paint on it. So once it's aroma free, you know it's dry. And this thing is good for all kinds of oils. I might use oils on it. Use a little bit of rust, not very much. I don't want to get this thing looking dirty or filthy. Because relatively she was a new ship and she was kept spit and polish. Now later in the part of the war, she was getting really pretty well beaten during the time of her sinking. She was getting, I think she was painted to a real dark sea gray color, dark ocean gray color, and you can see some shading of the light ocean gray, and a lot of rust. But the only rust on these things were pretty prominent, probably around the open hangar bay areas in here, hawse lip where the anchors is at. Anything that any raised structures that has moistures that can cause moisture to weep as it turns to rust. Under these gun sponsons, areas like that. Done very lightly, very subtle. Too much will. I got too heavy to rust some of them, and they just ruin your model that way. It will cause criticism. Too much rust, too much rust. But these things weren't too rusted at the time. Once you get this thing all painted, this is the magic comes in when you pull off that pinstripe tape you put on there. You watch that boot stripe pop up. You go, wow, that thing is sharp, beautiful, and no cheat. Like I say, it's option, guys. It's up to the builder. It don't make you a bad builder or a good builder or what. It's just a fast way, which is the easy way, and to take your time and do it right way. So I'm taking my time to do it right way. This is the right way. Even if it was black colored tape, it's still been the same difference. Some models do that to get away from making boot stripes. I've seen a lot of guys. I did it myself where it takes too long. Paint a perfect waterline, then you gotta remask it again, and paint your black, paint your hull. Then you gotta come back and mask the your hull, and down to where the waterline's at, make another two masks. Your mask can take 3 or 4 times. Why you can only mask it only once? That's where that pinstripe tape comes into view. Okay, I'm doing some sanding on my SS Melanie, and I'm gonna be working on that tomorrow. Get the thing sanded. I think be ready to get the hull painted tomorrow on it. So this is a nice kit. Here's some previews of it right here. That's what mine's gonna look like that, like a light sea gray. And this is real dark right there. I thought it was green, but it was gray. But as the war went on, the paint schedule on Arc Royal changed to a darker color. Okay, everybody, it's time for you to get out of here right now. I got some people coming over. This is Frank Dave Mama signing off. Take care of Mama, take care of the little ones. Be folks who drive, spend wisely. And get yourself one of these kits. They're a good kit put together. You got one in your stash, build it, because I'm going to build this for a while. And I'm going to be on this model for a long while. I want to get this thing finished up instead of jumping around a lot. And other kits will come too. And if I don't do it for the Hell Diver, I should have that either tonight or tomorrow sometime. This is Frankie Dave Mullen signing off. God bless you all. Love you, fellas. And make Mama happy again, like I said. And say your prayers. And God bless you all. And thank you very much to our old subscribers and new subscribers for your wonderful comments and candor. I very deeply honor each one of you. I love you guys. You guys take care and God bless you all. This is Frank Dave Model signing off. We'll catch you on the next video.